Hello, welcome to my channel. In this episode, we'll take a look at an African violet trailer called Lituanika. It was hybridized by Būtienė, a hybridizer from Vilnius, Lithuania. A journalist by trade, Būtienė produced many African violet hybrids, including Kalevala, Marina, Vytautė, and the star of today's episode, a semi-miniature trailer called Lituanika, which is probably the most well-known of her hybrids. While Lituanika is well-known among the African violet growers for its unique look, the story behind the hybrid is less well-known. Several online forums of African violet growers in Europe that I found, while providing information about the hybrid's history, mention that Būtienė named this hybrid in honor of a plane that made a significant and tragic transatlantic flight. Lituanika was a name of the airplane flown from the United States across the Atlantic Ocean by Lithuanian pilots Steponas Darius and Stasys Girėnas in 1933. I will include a link to the Wikipedia article discussing this flight under this video. There is a theory that Lituanika stands for Lithuania in Latin language. However, as a trained linguist, I would argue that the etymology of the name of Lithuania is still undetermined. Now back to our African violet that was named in honor of the historic flight. I received this plant as a young starter from Fancy Bloomers a few months ago in the summer of 2020. Lituanika is a semi-miniature trailer. Normally, African violet semi-miniatures grow from 6 to 8 inches across a single crown. Because this is a trailer, it grows in multiple crowns. And we can see one crown here, and then one crown on the other side. And there are a few smaller crowns shaping up. So altogether, this plant now measures 12 inches across. It is now growing in a 3.5-inch pot. Lituanika has medium green, pointed leaves, and they are also serrated. They have a zigzaggy pattern around the edge of the leaf. This plant is now at the peak of its first blooming cycle. The blooms of Lituanika are double light pink with darker shading on the tips. They are very full and look like the dahlia blooms, with long bloom stalks cascading down rather than holding them up above the crown. The blooms are of good size. They're about 1.5 inch to 1.75 inches in diameter. And here they are in comparison to a dime coin. They are really spectacular, unlike any other variety that I've ever seen. I will include a few close-ups at the end of this video. This variety grows in 100% natural light on the west-facing window, and I read on the African violet forums that it does prefer the natural light. The temperature in my growing environment ranges from 65 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter to 79 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. And right now We are at 77 degrees Fahrenheit and 55% humidity. I'm growing this plant on a wick, and in addition to plain tap water, it receives various African violet fertilizers. Sometimes I use the fertilizer. They're not really African violet specific, but they are known in African violet growers community. So this one is called Dynagrow liquid plant food at 7:9:5 ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, and I use 1/4 teaspoon per gallon of water of Dynagrow liquid plant food. And sometimes I alternate it with Jack's Classic All-Purpose. It's called 20-20-20, and it's called balanced fertilizer when the proportions of nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium are equal. And I use 1/8 teaspoon per gallon of water of Jack's Classic. So here it is again, a beautiful and unique African violet semi-miniature trailer by a Lithuanian hybridizer, Būtienė, called Lituanika. I hope you enjoyed it.